Hello, 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 hello. How's everybody doing? Trying to get... There we go. The last thing up and popping. I saw that Not Today Go Away said won't make it to live watching trial on TV. Well, I got good news. We watching the trial on the TV too, y'all. I've got it queued up to play. Today's coverage and several other things. It's not going to be a long live stream simply because I've got to get ready for work. So y'all getting ready for work with. There you go. Should pull it up. I'm trying to find today's live stream. I don't want entertainment tonight. That's for certain. Let's see. Today, they are doing closing arguments. I'm going to rewind and make sure. What's up, Miss Betty Jo? Yeah, there's several places that are showing it right now, you guys. I have to get a place that won't copyright strike us for watching it. Yes, Melissa. I don't think so. Is it under Melissa Olson? If it is, I'm pretty sure I didn't unless you just sent it in the last 15 minutes. Anyway, real quick, I was going to stream the live while I can't watch Law and Crime. They will copyright strike. They have been hitting creators left and right. I'll double check in just a second, Miss Melissa. Yeah, Betty Jo, it was. But I'm getting routers up for us right now. On the closing arguments. Do you guys want to watch current? I just need to answer to one question. Do y'all want me to rewind and see what y'all missed so far of closing arguments? Or do you want to just start live right now where it's at? What's up, true crime and other stuff? One thing I wanted to show y'all while I'm waiting on that answer. Give me a 1 in the chat if you want live from where it's at. Give me a 2 if you want to rewind. So anyway, what I was going to say real quick. I'm trying to get out. Sorry. There was a couple little clips that I wanted to show you guys that are imperative to understanding what is going on. What's up, Smiley? That are imperative to knowing what's going on. And it's a couple like 30-second clips here and there. Oh, y'all are not making it easy. I need some more votes in. We're equal right now. I did want to say there's a link in the description box for GoFundMe. It's going to be posted on the Facebook and the Instagram channels, as well as on our community tabs wall. It's not a GoFundMe for me, just to make that crystal clear. I was supposed to, this is the reason I was delayed. I was going to be having a guest, and it's a man who's a survivor of some pretty horrific abuse from the most severe trauma occurred at the age of 9 and has personally affected him and his ability to properly support his family. It's difficult because of where the abuse came from. And you guys, sorry y'all, it's hard because I've been on the phone all night long. 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning with him and his fiance. And when you're at that stage that you've not really publicly shared your story, you guys can empathize. That's why I'm coming to y'all to talk, because I gotta work through this like y'all do too. I know how I felt when I shared my story. It was very freeing afterwards, but I was so scared. And when that abuse comes from a trusted relative, that you still love, let's be real, that you still love that person, and you don't understand why they dislike you so much, why they put you through this and did this and stuff. And yes, you can, Betty Jo. Her lawyers have been compared to, said that she must have ordered her lawyers from Wish. But it's so hard to be able to tell your story and get up to that. And this individual, he thought he was ready. He really did. And literally 15 minutes before it was time to go live, he said, I can't do this. I'm not ready. And I can't be angry at him. I can't be upset in that way. All I can say is I am here. I will be here if you need a talk and a platform. And what I will tell you guys is the GoFundMe is to help him get dental work that he needs. He's spent Hayne McKenzie, Smiley's World, True Crime, and other stuff. Those of you that have ever had it know how expensive oral surgery is and going to the oral surgeon. He is about to make his, I think he said third, or I'm not sure if he said third or fourth. He's already been there 3 times and going a fourth, or he's going for his 3rd visit. But long story short, 3 trips to the oral surgeon. Y'all know what that cost, and with no insurance, he's kind of depleted his funds. He started a GoFundMe so he can get implants. The type of dental work he's had done and everything. From my understanding, he's had consultations with 3 separate dentists. One's regular DDS, 2 other oral surgeons. And all of them concur, due to the damage, the scar tissue from the multiple surgeries and everything else, and repairs of what happened. And I will tell y'all, implants is the best way for him to go. A partial's not even possible because they're having to remove, I believe she said 7 more teeth on this next visit. Fragments of teeth and pieces. At the age of 9, he told a lie and got caught in it. The punishment that he received was physical abuse, in my opinion. At the age of 9, it's hard to hope because I can visualize from hearing the story. And I'm sorry, I want to get it out so I can get on to happier stuff so I can go to work. At the age of 9, the punishment for being caught in that lie that he still blames himself for. This 9-year-old, this grown man, still blames himself and said he learned his lesson that day to never ever tell a lie again in his life. All of his top and bottom front teeth knocked out, shattered. And those, were permanent teeth at that age. And I mean, shattered. He's got, at the age of 46, this man still has fragments and pieces of shattered, broken teeth in the gums that they're having to go in and surgically cut open and remove. And He doesn't smile. And he didn't start this campaign. His fiance did. Because she sees how hard he works for their family and feels that he would, one, feel better about himself, two, be able to get a better job and be able to better support his family. She has 2 children. He has 3 together. They have 5. Hello, welcome everybody. No antique little girl. The person wasn't. Like I said, I'm really kind of limited on identifying them. It has been to me, documentation from CPS and DSS shown. I've seen the dentist bills and the oral surgeon's report, the paperwork that was given to him. Like I said, the gentleman himself didn't do anything. I found out about this because his fiance is one of my co-workers, and I had not let anybody at my job even know that I had a YouTube channel. So, hey, Miss Rhonda. So they didn't know anything about it. I just happened to be in the middle of a conversation between her and one of the managers, and she was really upset and just, she knew I was standing there hearing it. But she, like I said, nobody knew that I had a YouTube channel. I just haven't told them. I didn't want it to be a conflict or cause a problem. But long story short, I know a lot of us don't have anything to give, and I get that. But those of you that would like to help, here's what you can do. If you can't donate, if you have Facebook, if you have Instagram, share the GoFundMe link. Tell a little bit of the story enough so people will know what's going on, And that's all I ask. If anybody wants to help out and donate, great. The goal has been set. He's already paid the installments and monthly installments and taken care of the oral surgeon part. It's now trying to get the money together and do for the implants. I know he's looking at going to possibly affordable dentures to have it done. The GoFundMe, Tama, just hit rewind and you'll hear it, because that's what I've been talking about for the last 10 minutes. However long the live's 18 minutes. So at least 15 of it. The link to the GoFundMe is in the description. It'll be shared on both Nina's World Facebook and Instagram pages, as well as placed on our community tabs wall. And like I'm saying, if people are not able to help, it's totally understandable. Help by sharing it. The more people that can see it, the more chances we have of it getting help. Yeah, Rhonda, you're fine, baby. It's just the bot. Just ignore him. I don't think it. Just as long as you don't do it 2 or 3 times in a row, it'll be fine. It's not, no, true crime and other stuff. This is not coming to me at all. This is not, no way, shape, or form, me. It's just straight there, GoFundMe. I'm just sharing the information out there and using my platform to get more eyes on it and hopefully be able to get them the help they need. That's it. And it's something I vetted. Well, Izzy Rose, honey, set up a GoFundMe, email me, and I'll definitely share your stuff out there too. I want to use this platform to be able to draw awareness and get that awareness for others and help them. That's why we drop the links of creators and why that I'm sharing this and doing right now. All you have to do is reach out, email me, contact back and forth, get the information we need, and honey, I'll do it for you too. And you're welcome to come up and tell your story while we're doing it yourself. You're fine, true crime and other stuff. Yes, ma'am. I'm going to look right now, Miss Mackenzie. Today is day 3 straight of working and trying to do, and I'm a little at it. And I feel you, true crime, on the. I have $73, and until I get my 64 from Patreon, and then that's all I'll have until the 10th of the month. So I feel you, dude, on that one. It's crazy. Life is crazy. But what I am asking is, I get that people are donating out, whatever, and that's fine. What I am asking is, it's free.com to copy the link and just to type a little something in the background like I gave to you, whatever you want to pick out and type, and make an awareness post on your Facebooks, your Instagrams, and your Twitters. That's basically all I'm asking. If you want to donate, feel free to do so. If you have any questions, just email me. Today, since I'm working until about 11 o'clock tonight again, the best thing would be to email me. And I'm going to get this clip up and playing, and I'll check that. No, Izzy, no, listen, baby, never be sorry for asking. The whole thought process is the only question you should ever be sorry about is the one you didn't ask. You will never know until you ask. And I would be glad to help you or anybody else that needs help, and in any way that I can. I would love, my goal is to be able to use this platform to help other people. Sorry, y'all. I'm gonna play this video and check for the emails right quick. Let me get my share screen open, y'all. There's a couple little clips that I just wanted to show everybody real quick. That were real important, and then we'll get into watching the live from that from today's proceedings. The jury's already received instructions, and the attorneys are arguing. They're doing their closing arguments. That's why I was asking if y'all want me to go back and start with Camille. I can, or we can start with live where they're at right now. It's up to you guys. Sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to get emotional. Pretty much have not had any sleep. I slept about an hour and 15 minutes because I've been on the phone back and forth. And as a survivor, I feel this person's pain, y'all. I'm sorry. I can't even share the depths of what they went through. And I'm sorry that he's not ready. It would have been very appropriate given the case that's going to the jury today. I do want to say too, it's and those of you that have been watching it before I came live will know, it's appropriate, ain't it, that today is exactly 6 years from the day that all this really began with the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. I think it's really telling and fitting. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is the one I want to show first. Close that. Okay. The clip I'm about to show you. Remember, Johnny Depp's whole case is on. Oh, bless your soul, Miss Izzy. I've heard stories like that. You know, that's one thing I will say. This gentleman's fiance kept telling me how when the fungulitis hit, it shut down the business that he was working for completely. It just shut down. We all know somebody that's experienced that because of the fungulitis. And he was at a loss. It took 23 weeks to get his unemployment settled. During that time, while he was hunting other employment, she told me how he took odd jobs. He used his social media to advertise his skill set and took odd jobs doing whatever he could to earn a living for his family. So, at least he's willing to work and put others first. A lot of people won't do that. The whole crux of Johnny's Amber's defense, whatever, is that the op-ed that she wrote was not about Johnny. Okay? Remember that, and then listen to this that I'm about to play.
That you had no idea that the paparazzi would be at the courthouse on May 27th, 2016. You didn't expect a team.
Are you forced to use the claw because your leggings were made without
the employee to show up to testify that TMZ had been alerted that you would be at the courthouse and knew exactly which side of your face to take a picture of? Did you?
I know how many people will come out and say whatever for him. That's his power. That's why I wrote the op-ed. I was speaking to that phenomenon. How many people?
If the op-ed's not about Johnny, then why did she just say his power, his this, his that, and that's why I wrote the op-ed? Just a question, that's all.
People will come out in support of him and will fall to his power. He is a very powerful man, and people love currying favor with powerful men.
Powerful men was the moment that she lost this, because powerful men is what was written in her op-ed. Powerful men is what she was alluding to and why she was sued.
Alright, y'all, this next clip, I want y'all to watch and tell me what it looks like to y'all that she was doing in court. And this is the last thing, and then I'm going over to the actual live feed. But I want to know what to y'all it looks like that's going on in this video.
heard evidence about. This is about the cumulative effect of Mr. Depp and Ms. Heard's relationship and whether that constitutes abuse. That is abuse, ladies and gentlemen. That's domestic abuse. And their response is, she sold it to TMZ, which she didn't. There's no evidence of. And she was on a plane. The only evidence suggests she was on an international flight when Mr. Tremaine testified that they received it and it was validated within something like 15 minutes, which could only have happened by the person who sent it. Ms. Heard was in the air. She didn't send it to TMZ. She never leaked anything to TMZ, as you heard from her own mouth. Who would want that to become public? Again, in order to find for Mr. Depp, you would have to find that for his defamation claim, every single thing that ever happened between them that could constitute abuse, Amber was the abuser. Every single time. You'd have to believe the unbelievable. You all are smarter than that. But Mr. Depp thought he could hide it. He thought he could hide the monster. That's why he lied in insurance forms that you have to fill out in order to be able to act. That's why he said he hadn't taken illegal substances, whether prescribed by a physician or not. That obviously wasn't true within the past 12 months. They keep talking about Mr. Depp's role as a father. This is what he sent, a text that he sent DX207. Now Lily Rose, his daughter, hates me because she thinks I'm drinking, and she's right, but I can't admit, or I fucking die in her eyes. Thanks for that one, Vanessa. This is Mr. Depp passed out in a Tokyo hotel room during the press tour for The Lone Ranger in 2013. When Ms. Heard testified that Mr. Depp screamed at me, and all I could think were the kids are in an adjoining room. And Mr. Depp passed out with his head like this. I don't think he was sleeping on the floor because he had a bad back. They keep referring to these pictures as she took pictures of Mr. Depp while he was asleep. He's not asleep in that picture. He's passed out, drunk, and high, and she's taking pictures because she wants him to realize what he's done and get help and seek help. I don't think that looks like the spice cabinet of anyone in this courtroom. That's Mr. Depp. This is Mr. Depp. This is Mr. Depp. This is Mr. Depp. And all you hear from Mr. Depp when these pictures are shown is snicker.
Okay, guys, I'm checking email right now while this is playing. If somebody can get me a copy of this picture, a still shot that's up on the screen, I'll show you. I'm going to see if I can point it out and y'all can see it. If I could get the red line to go away, it would help. Right here, if y'all can see where my pointer is pointing, there is, you see a white plastic square that's divided and has 4 squares within it. Do you guys know what that is on the floor right there? If my pointer will work with me. Right here where I'm pointing. What that is. Looks like there's like something, a black pie plate or plate right there. Right beside it. It's the white plastic item with 4 squares that are each filled with a different color. If anybody in the chat knows what that is, please comment now. I know what it is. I've researched this. I wish I had a still shot where I could zoom in on it to show y'all. But what that is called a bruise kit. It is not to cover a bruise. It is to create one. I can pull them up on Amazon and show you guys. I think it's very telling that in the picture that he says he was already passing out asleep when she handed him her ice cream to hold. She takes pictures and sends them to her friends, and that palette was already made up. Now, like I've said before, I want y'all to know, I don't believe that in any way, shape, or form that Johnny Depp was an angel nor a saint. And I think together they brought out the worst in each other possible. Alright, back to closing arguments. I'm trying to get past Ben and start on Camille. I mean, not Camille. Sorry, I've already seen Camille's today. And start with what's her face, Umbridge.
Responsibility for behavior like this. What happened on March 22nd is he wanted her to remove a painting by her ex-partner. He wanted to admit to an affair.
I'm getting dressed also while we talk.
She didn't admit to it because it wasn't true. So he decided to have some lines of cocaine and some whiskey for breakfast. And then, on the way to filming the Keith Richards documentary, after a multi-hour argument, he grabbed their dog, their teacup Yorkie, and holds the dog, Boo, out of the window of a moving car, and he's howling like an animal, Ms. Hurt said, while holding the dog out of the car. That is abuse, ladies and gentlemen. That's abuse. Let's go back to this, because Ms. Vasquez read a parade of witnesses that she believes support Johnny's defense.
By the way, the dog out the car thing.
These witnesses, as I previewed in the opening, almost all of them are witnesses on his payroll. They're all scared to say.
Oh, okay, Molly. I found another company that makes a similar palette on Amazon, and they're called bruise kits, theatrical bruise kits, and they are to create the bruising. I also have a video that I wanted to show you guys where one of the palettes to cover a bruise is used by a person, a female, with a black eye and a bruise on her knee. She actually, the knee bruise is actually hidden way better than the eye bruise. If y'all want to see, let me know if y'all want to see the video of what it looks like when you use the palette like she showed to cover a bruise. And by the way, also, let me pause this. I need to point this out real quick. Something I need to point out really quick. Those of you that wear makeup are going to know this off gate. But she said that she put on her BB cream. Y'all see old blonde over there, girl, passed out? She is crashed sitting right there. Y'all see her? Is it just me? Yes, a theatrical bruise kit, Molly. You are right on it. I've seen a close-up picture. It was a video I was watching, and the person zoomed in on that bruise kit and showed it laying there on the floor, and actually was able to pull up almost the exact one, and it might have been that might be the name. I know it was. It's available on Amazon as well. Okay, Cherokee, thank you, and we'll pull it up. Just an interesting tidbit. The way, and Miss Molly, if you work with theatrical makeup, you'll be able to tell me if I'm right or wrong. Because I don't wear a lot of makeup, but I do often wear concealer to cover my dark circles and stuff. If you're trying to cover a bruise, she said that she got up and she put on her moisturizer that's tinted and like a BB cream and her concealer. That's her routine. She got up every morning and went in the bathroom and did that. And then she pulled out the color wheel and proceeded to cover her bruises and scratch marks and such. My understanding from people I know that do their own makeup and it looks great, and from the one person that does it professionally at a salon, and coincidentally also for the morgue, or the funeral home, told me that no ma'am, that is the wrong order. That the very first thing you would do is pull out the color wheel and first apply the colors from the color wheel to cover the bruise that you're trying to conceal. You want it as close to your natural skin tone with nothing on it. The only thing that you might would put on prior to applying that would be moisturizer. Y'all can't hear me talking. I know you can't hear them talking because I paused it. so I'm not competing with him. But yes, you would use the color wheel to cover the bruise first, then put on concealer and foundation and the rest of your makeup. It's my understanding. And as we can all see, she has a very good concept of how to apply and wear makeup properly. That's all I'm saying there. Okay, so if y'all want to see the video of the girl using the color wheel similar to the Melania compact that Amber claims to have used to cover her black eyes and such, let me know. Just say yes video in the chat so I can know if y'all would prefer to see that or continue with what we're watching. Just let me know. Listen, and I'm going to figure out how to make that box. Shut up. Okay, good. Y'all hear me. So if y'all want to see the video of the lady showing, please show me. Exactly, Molly. Girl, if y'all knew how many times I tried to cover them. 9 days later with makeup, you can still see the bruise over my eyebrow where the imprint of the gun barrel was left. 9 days later with makeup. Not even cheap makeup. I had some pretty good makeup to do that with. I was given Elizabeth Arden stuff. Thank you. Okay, so if those of you, I'm seeing some yeses. If you're wanting to see the video of the girl covering her bruise, just say yes, video. If you want me to continue as we have been, just say continue. Exactly, Molly. Okay, everybody I'm seeing saying continue. I will show the video before I leave. And we got about 25 minutes. So I'm going to be getting dressed while this is playing.
You've seen the pictures. You'll see them again. Just like Travis Gipper.
Hit the wrong button, y'all. It helped.
You've seen the pictures. You'll see them again. Just like Tara Roberts in the Bahamas, 15 days after this incident. So even when there are pictures, they're trying to deceive you into thinking, oh, there should have been more. This is a 2-week-old Bruce. And she texted, look who she texted that to. She texted to her mom. They say she never told anyone. Text to mom, March 23rd, 2013. Let's go to Hicksville. You remember Hicksville? Obviously, there's been a little bit of discussion about that in this case. This is where Mr. Depp got jealous that a woman named Kelly Sue was sitting close to Miss Heard and he had her arm around her at a campfire. And everyone was having a good time. There were some mushrooms involved. There was some drinking. And Mr. Depp got jealous of that. Now, he claims that Miss Heard is the abuser, that she's so much stronger than he is. But then he testified that the evidence was...
Okay, Miss Rhonda. And where would you put the color wheel on in conjunction? Would you put the color wheel to cover the bruise on and then the primer? Or would you put the primer and the concealer and the foundation and then the stuff to cover the bruise?
Against the sidewall of the bedroom by her neck, holds her there, and no, sorry, that was the next one. In Hicksville, he took her into the bathroom of the trailer and did what he called a cavity search, where he inserted his fingers inside of her and sexually assaulted her, then trashed the trailer. And you heard this Morgan Knight person who testified a few days ago, who said it was $62 of damage. You also heard evidence that the way he got involved in this trial was by reaching out to one of the main Johnny Depp fan influencers on social media. And you saw that text. That's how he injected himself into this trial. There was way more than $62 of damage. You heard testimony from Rocky Pennington, Whitney Enriquez, and Amber about him trashing the trailer.
Oh my God, Molly, thank you. I thought I was the only person that wondered about that. Okay, I gotta mute so I can get up and get dressed, but I will be following and I'm checking for emails, y'all. So far, Miss Melissa and Mackenzie, I've not found anybody's email. Can one of the mods drop my email link in the chat real quick? Or actually, I can.
And
Don't worry, I got this.
after too much of the drink. Weed,
Pretty cool
pills,
sometimes.
Fine. Booze, my capacity is too large and I won't stop. Ugly and sad. Oh, how I love it.
There appears to be an Amber Alert, but I think we're okay. People are getting ideas on their phones, so they haven't silenced that.
Okay.
Me and Cherokee Girl at the same time. That's my email for those of you that have tried to send one. Copy and paste and send it to me.
On the island, in the Bahamas,
Please.
2013, when Mr. Depp looked a little scary by the way his body fell into the water, and Lily Rose, his daughter, started to cry. Miss Heard comforted Lily Rose, and then Depp accused Amber of making them aware of this, that he was drinking again, making his kids aware of this. And he slammed her up against the sidewall of the bedroom, held her up by the neck, held her there for a second, and said, "I can fucking kill you, and you're an embarrassment." That's what he said. And while Amber was in the helicopter, camp counselor, because she cared about his drinking and just ridiculed her for trying to protect his daughter. It's sickening. This text, let's fast forward a little bit to, actually before we talk about this is Boston, but let's talk about the Moscow flight. The Moscow flight, when Mr. Depp and Amber, she said that was one time she took ecstasy in the MDMA with Mr. Depp, and she learned her lesson. When he hit her on the plane, when he threatened to break the flight attendant's wrist, and Miss Vasquez, again, just tried to tell you, oh, he always wore rings. Now, Miss Heard said almost all the time he did, maybe sometimes when he didn't. And in the picture that she just showed you, PX 1248, you can take a look at that when you review the evidence. That's a picture taken in Moscow with no rings other than a wedding ring on his finger, or some kind of ring, wearing one ring on his finger. And so, in Mr. Depp's world, they're going to try to come out and either way. They say, well, he was wearing rings, but it didn't leave a mark on his face. And then they show you a picture where he wasn't wearing rings during that trip. So that's what happened in Moscow. In September 2013, in London, Mr. Depp was filming with Paul Bettany. He missed a few days of work going on a multi-day drug binge. And that's when he told Miss Heard that she accepted an invitation to a concert with a friend that she was starting a movie with, that the engagement would be off. Talk about coercive control that Don Hughes testified is abuse. That is abuse. And there's been a lot mentioned in this case by Mr. Depp about Miss Heard not wanting him to leave. Miss Heard not wanting to leave. Well, this is why she didn't want to leave, because he goes off with his friends and he twists off, as he calls it, and goes on a multi-day bender. That's why she didn't want him to leave when he got spun up like that. She could see the monster coming. So let's fast forward to the Boston Lane incident. Mr. Depp was jealous that she was filming a movie with James Franco. And Miss Heard testified that when she met him in Boston, she was on the plane, his car pulled up, she could guess by the way he was moving. She knew what was going to board that plane. It wasn't Mr. Depp, the man. It was Mr. Depp, the monster. She said, I already know he's drunk. I already know he's using. And then when we got on the plane, he straight up started taunting her. He called her a go-getter and a slut. He started throwing things at her, ice cubes and utensils, and he slapped her face against the window. And she was seated. And when she got up to move, how dare she? He kicked her in the back. She said, I feel this boot in my back. And he continued to drink and eventually started howling like an animal, passed out in the bathroom. Let's play 2.1.
I do not have the emails from you, Miss Mackenzie, or you, Miss Melissa. They have not come through.
That's Mr. Depp on the plane, but he expects you to believe him that he didn't have anything to drink on that plane except for maybe one thing of champagne. That's what he expects you to believe. He's talked about blackouts. These blackouts where he doesn't remember what happened. He blamed them only on opiates, but we know they happened throughout, where he doesn't remember what's happened. As you're weighing the evidence, as you're assessing whether Mr. Depp has borne his burden of proof, think to yourself, do you believe Amber's account of what happened on the plane, or do you believe that person's account that you just heard? But actually, you can look at his account from a few days later, May 30th, in which he told, again, Paul Bettany, he said, drank all night before I picked Amber up to fly to LA. No food for days, powders, half a bottle of whiskey, 1,000 Red Bulls and vodkas, pills, 2 bottles of champagne, and what do you get? An angry aggro engine in a fucking blackout, screaming obscenities and insulting any fuck who got near. I'm done. I'm admittedly too fucked in the head to spray my rage at the one I love. For little reason as well, I'm too old to be that guy, but pills are fine. And he expects you to believe that he's carried his burden of proof in showing that no abuse happened on that plane. You don't have to look at just that. You can look at this text to Patty Smith when he says, when I was in NYC, they were brief visits, and I fucked and charged by horrific fights with Amber. I fucked up and drank and got shitty, was so disappointed in myself. You can look at his text to Miss Heard the next day, where he says, once again, I find myself in a place of shame and regret. Of course, I am sorry. I really don't know why or what happened. Well, no wonder. You heard the voice on the plane. Of course he doesn't know what happened. But I will never do it again. My illness somehow crept up and grabbed me. I must get her. Is that carrying his burden of proof and showing that abuse hasn't happened even a single time? At the premiere of Mordecai, where he did slam her up against the hallway wall, wailed on her, and he did get on her back in the closet. And what do they say? Look at her backless dress. She doesn't have any bruises. She testified herself that she was checking out pictures because she was concerned that there were. So now their theory is if there's no marks, it didn't happen. We all know that's not the case. February 2015, this is when they got married. The day they got married, you heard the testimony from Io Tillett Wright where Mr. Depp told him, I can now punch her anytime I want and no one can do anything about it. He'll say it's a joke he made on his wedding day. Then we fast forward to Australia, where Miss Heard is flying from London, where she's filming The Danish Girl, to see her new husband for the first time since their wedding. And these are excerpts from DX3, bottom right one, are the days leading up to this, where he's on a drug-fueled bender. He's hanging out with Marilyn Manson. He's getting drugs from his assistants, who are enablers. Again, there's a reason you didn't hear them testify in this trial. They're giving him drugs for days and days. And then the one on the bottom right, you'll remember, you've seen a couple times, this is after he chopped his finger off, when he says, need more cocaine and ecstasy. So, and no one, Mr. was in touch with his assistants, but no one told her the hornet's nest that she was walking into. And we all know what happened in Australia. We all know that Mr. Depp, she gets there, he pulls out a bag of MDMA, and he took a handful. She didn't say he took 10 at a time. She did say he took 8 to 10 over the course of that period. The second day, Mr. Depp claims that Miss Heard refused to do a post-nup, calls Amber's domestic relations attorney, Michelle Mulroney, heard from her when he was drunk, and he fired her. And he told Amber for about the 25th time, she said, the only way out of this is death. I don't want a post-nup. And then she said she remembered slamming up against the wall. And I won't go through, you remember her testimony from Australia. You remember her saying that he had her by the neck, squeezing her neck. You remember her saying that he threw her on the games table, like a ping pong table. You remember seeing the pictures of that broken table. You remember her saying that at some point he had a broken bottle up against her face, and he told her that he carved off her face, that he was throwing bottles at her. He's throwing bottles one after another, and I could feel laceration behind me, and you've seen me. Now, she doesn't know how to impeach the other day with his testimony from the UK.
I'm going to pause for a second because I want to show you something. First off, thank you, Cherokee Girl. She got the steel shot that I was asking for, and she's actually sent it to me. So I want to blow it up for those of you that are in here and let y'all see what I'm talking about. Then we'll go right back to the trial. I just dropped what I'm just going to guess, y'all. Yes, I guessed right. Yay. Okay. No, why won't it let me make it bigger? There we go. Let's see, why does it cut off? Okay. It's okay. Bucket list. I'm trying to fix that. I apologize. Like it's being too much. Okay, guys. Let me show this on the screen right quick. And let's look at it. I want to show you what I'm talking about with the quickness. Because I do have to hurry up and get dressed and let this play. Yeah, Streamlabs must be PMSing today, y'all. But I'm going to fix it. Like, literally within 5 minutes. Just bear with me. I want y'all to see I'm waiting on the stream to catch up with me. This is so freaking annoying. As soon as the picture pops up on the screen, I'll show you guys. It should be showing. All the equipment's having a freaking mood today. Finally. Y'all, for real, for real. Okay. So, if you look down here next to what looks like a black plate, I'm looking for my cursor to show up. As soon as it catches up to me, I'll show you. But it says the white thing. You can see I can visibly see all 4 squares, but y'all might not. I don't know. It's in the bottom left-hand corner of this picture. Looks like it's all sitting on top of the white paper towels. Let's see if my cursor is showing up yet. Yeah. I'm trying to point to it. Anyway, that is the bruise kit. As soon as it gets to where my cursor is showing up, I can point it out better. But that is what is known as a theatrical bruise kit. It's going to be right here. You see the pointer thing keep popping up. It's right there. Just let me know if you guys can see this and what you think. And then I'll go right back to the trial while I put my clothing on. Y'all can continue to watch. And I'll comment frequently. Okay. I got to be ready to leave in 12 minutes. Okay, great. Why is that still showing? Alright.
That was it. It's deception. They're trying to deceive you. And then you heard Mr. testify that the next morning she found meat and he left all over the house. But not for what happened before he went to bed that night.
And I'm so sorry for the delay, you guys. It's really freaking annoying. I'm getting fucking pissed. It's ridiculous.
I remember just not wanting to move because I didn't know if it was broken. I didn't know if the bottle that he had inside him.
God. Annoy me some more.
This is what he wrote, bloody stump with his finger.
Not y'all. The equipment. Mainly the internet.
And it has nothing to do with
Okay.
whether or not Mr. Depp abused her. But we all know she did. We all know his fingers weren't curled, and someone was standing with a half-gallon vodka bottle from about where that canopy is, and threw it, and it somehow managed to damage just the bottom of the finger and leave the nail fully intact. We all know that didn't happen. Mr. Depp knows it didn't happen. We'll see some evidence of that. But here, he writes about the rendition starring Billy Bob and Easy Amber, who Talk about controlling, jealousy. Talk about him not wanting her to act. Dawn Hughes testified that is a form of intimate partner abuse. Here he's writing on the mirror again, and they try to blame her and say that she wrote Call Harley Simon. She didn't write that. Who was the lunatic in the house? Who was writing everywhere? There's no evidence she wrote that. She testified she doesn't know who Harley Simon was until she was told. This is some of the evidence. Mr. Depp told me a couple different stories the other day about the evidence on the right. He claimed that was the handle of vodka between those two beer cans there. But then under cross-examination, he admitted it's not. That there's not enough glass on the floor. That there's no handle of vodka on the floor.
He did not admit that.
He was throwing bottles past Amber's head and breaking that plate glass window. More writing. More abuse on the right. Imagine having a painting area where you're drawing two canvases, and you and your husband get in a fight, and while you were asleep that night, he takes the bloody stump of his finger and dips it in paint and destroys your paintings. Ladies and gentlemen, that's abuse. Good luck and be careful at the top. And this is a good chance to talk about Mr. Depp's controlling and jealous rage and his desire to control Amber's career. He didn't want her to act as early as 2000.
Alright guys, I'm muting long enough to get my clothes on so we can watch this. Are we ever going to get to the woman? I want to get past him to her.
Of the shine that she had. That Mr. Depp had. Mr. Depp doesn't deny that. They're trying to say she's the abuser.
Johnny Depp's face right here, y'all.
This person that they claim couldn't possibly have done this because he had a hurt finger.
Finally, I got to it. Okay. I'm going to mute and get dressed while we continue to enjoy the show. Here's Elaine, our favorite lawyer. Not.
Good afternoon. And I've been listening to everybody for a long time here. I echo Ben's very strong thank you to all of you for this extreme service and extraordinary service. We really appreciate it. I'm going to go really fast.
Oh my God, Smiley. Did you guys see the picture of AB? If you haven't, go check it out on Lip Lock No More's channel. She made a short video about it. And all I can say is, Count Chocula. A one, a two. Okay, I'll shut up.
If you will. It says, Mr. Depp cannot recover damages for any harm that occurred after November 2, 2020. Do you all see that? So what Mr. Depp's team got up here and told you through Mr. Chu this morning has nothing to do with this case. He had his chance in the UK. The lawsuit was filed June 2018, 6 months before the op-ed. The trial was July 2020. The process ended, according to Mr. Marks, their expert.
Let me say this. The UK trial had absolutely nothing to do with Amber Heard. He did not sue an individual. He sued the Sun for publishing that article. And it was found. Hold on, let me mute her for 1 second, you guys. Let me say this. It was determined that the Sun had every right to believe that she was telling them the truth. In UK, they basically said the Sun was told the story by his then still wife, and she had filed the paperwork in the US, so they had every belief to believe that what she was telling them was true. And rather than sue that entity, he should have actually sued her. Period. Also, I'm trying to find it real quick. I'm going to play the audio before I leave of the TMZ guy, hopefully. But let me let her continue to talk so I can get dressed. I have to leave my house in 10 minutes.
Important thing here. He told his story. He had his opportunities. He had his full opportunities to do all of that. And he came in here and lied to you and said he's here to get his reputation back. It's just one of many lies in this case, but it's a really big one, because here we are, 6 weeks of your time.
And any and all donations are welcomed and appreciated, but not required.
That's psychological abuse.
That's all I'm going to say, because I'm going to let this play, get dressed, and then I'll have to leave and see you guys when I get off tonight. And shout out to Scuba Diva. Thank you for sending me the personal air conditioner that's portable, y'all. I'm so excited to not be burning up all the time. It's going to be my new best friend. What's up, Muffin Top?
He hasn't admitted to anything. He's blamed everybody in the world, his agent, his manager, his lawyer, Amber, his friends, everybody. But he's never accepted responsibility for a thing he's done in his life. But we're asking you to accept, to make him accept responsibility, to hold him legally responsible for his actions, and to fully and fairly compensate Amber for what he has done by creating this concept of a hoax for the defamation that he has committed, that you have heard so much about, that just took wildfire and went off into negative media and has made Amber's life pure hell up to this day. We're asking you to do that, to compensate her, to be fair and hold him responsible so he stops. We don't want another lawsuit. We don't want anything else. We want to leave Amber alone and let her get on with her life and raise her child. So let's talk about the counterclaim for a moment. These are Adam Waldman statements. You've heard Mr. Depp say, well, why aren't you suing Mr. Waldman? Isn't that typical of Mr. Depp? He doesn't take responsibility for anything, so now he's going to blame his lawyer. But the evidence is very clear on all three statements, and we'll show them to you in a minute, that he says Adam Waldman, Mr. Depp's attorney, says these things. Now, Mr. Depp says, oh, I didn't even know about those until the counterclaim. Well, we know that's not true, because Mr. Waldman's testimony was 2 months before those statements were made. In February of 2020, Mr. Depp accompanied Mr. Waldman to the Daily Mail, the same place that all three of these statements were published, and he gave him 2 spliced audio tapes to try to make it look like Amber was the person who was committing the abuse. He went with him. He knew that Mr. Waldman was doing this. He knew that Mr. Waldman was launching a campaign against Amber to try to discredit her. And the timing of this, we're talking, the statements now are April and June of 2020. The trial is July of 2020. So they're launching an attack to try to discredit Amber before the trial in the UK. That's what happened here. And that is Mr. Waldman, but it's Mr. Depp. The judge gave you 3 different instructions, and you'll all have them. He's acting as his attorney. He has the authority. So Mr. Depp is standing in the shoes of Mr. Waldman. Mr. Waldman is standing in the shoes of Mr. Depp. Michelle, can you please bring up the first statement? It says, Amber and her friends in the media use fake sexual violence allegations as both a sword and shield, depending on their needs. They have selected some of her sexual violence hoax facts as the sword, inflicting them on the public and Mr. Depp. Now, what this statement is meant to imply is that Amber is lying about the sexual assaults and using them with the media to try to discredit Mr. Depp. That's the clear implications of this. Now, the first part of this is this contradicts Mr. Depp's claims today that the first time you ever heard about the sexual assaults that happened was in this case. It was in the UK case. This is the case that Mr. Depp brought in the UK. And instead of Amber Heard trying to put this out in the media, she did exactly the opposite. Now, this article's not in your evidence, but at least some of you will remember it being shown at one point with the title that said that Amber was successful in being able to treat her allegations of the sexual violence confidential in that proceeding. And it was treated confidential. She did exactly the opposite. She didn't want to tell people this. And you know that. You watched her on the stand. It was heart-rending for her to have to do this with the cameras, no less. But what else is false about this statement? It's that there was no false statements of sexual violence. Ben went through all 4 of them, and I will not repeat them all. You heard the testimony. And interestingly enough, you didn't hear any stories that differed from that with Mr. Depp. He didn't get on the stand and say, no, this didn't happen, to at least a couple of them. And he can't in Australia. He can't remember anything, likely. But if you just look at the pictures of the destruction in that house, I mean, imagine painting those canvases and how long that took and how much hatred and rage you have to have for somebody to do that.
Muffin Top, I'm about to leave to go to work, and it's going to be after 11 p.m. Eastern time before I can resume live.
All the paint before she left. You know these things happened. With respect to the malice on this one, you know he knows that he did these things. You know that he knows he was out of it for 3 days. And that's all that we need to prove for malice. But there's a couple of more facts here. But you can find whatever Mr. Waldman's done, and you can find whatever Mr. Depp has done. And both of those are the same for purposes of evaluating the verdict form. They stand in each other's shoes. When you have an agent, and that's what the jury instructions say, you can go with both. What did Mr. Waldman do? There was an article about the sexual violence that he had put from the April one that went into the trial. Amber's testimony, she was sitting near him in the trial. Adam Waldman threw that newspaper down in front of her defiantly. That's actual malice. And she was quite upset, and you heard her testimony on the stand about that. He was just inflicting it on her. Remember Bruce Witkin's testimony? This was Johnny Depp's best friend for 40 years until he testified truthfully 4 years ago about the drugs and alcohol, and he stopped talking to him. There was a couple of really important things that Bruce Witkin said. One of the things is he said he met Adam Waldman once. Adam Waldman said, "Do you have any dirt on the Mendells?" And he said no, and that was it. Then he didn't care. He is an attack dog. All he wants to do is attack and put dirt on people. The second thing that Witkin said that I think was pretty instructive was that Johnny Depp has deep-seated anger issues that have nothing to do with Amber. He remembered even back when Johnny was married to his sister-in-law, he had extreme jealousy even back then. And I think that's pretty significant. Remember, Mr. Witkin also was called in a few times to intercede in some of these fights between Johnny and Amber when Johnny would become so angry. The last thing I thought he said that was actually pretty important was that Kipper and his whole group are a scam. He said, how is it that they can be sober doctors, for these years, and he's never sober? He's even taking pot all the time. How can you be sober? I thought that was quite instructive. But in any event, going back to, that's the first statement. The second statement, Michelle, if you can bring that one up. Oh, before I go there, I want to talk about a few more things for Mr. Waldman that you have in your pocket to be able to find additional malice with him. Remember, he's the one that after the UK trial went to the LAPD with a notebook full of things and tried to get perjury charges against Amber. The LAPD said, we don't investigate those things. But he then went to a German newspaper and said, Amber is being investigated by the NYPD, or the LAPD, for perjury. Do you remember that? That's malice. That's showing his intent to do harm to Amber. He also admitted that he speaks to that umbrella guy, and you'll see that one text in there from the person from TMZ. That umbrella guy is the big lead of Johnny Depp's, positive social media that is putting all the negative out on Amber Heard. And he also ended up getting knocked out of Twitter because he was abusing Amber. So now we'll go to the second counterclaim statement. And that is quite simply, this was an ambush, a hoax. They set Mr. Depp up by calling the cops, but the first attempts didn't do the trick. The officers came to the penthouses, thoroughly searched and interviewed, and left after seeing no damage to face or property. So Amber and her friends spilled a little wine, roughed the place up, got their story straight under the direction of a lawyer and publicist, then placed a second call to 911. Now this is May 21. Now the clear implication here is that they're saying that Amber got together with her friends. They decided they were going to set Johnny up to be charged for domestic violence. And so they called the police, and they tried to make up this whole story, get him arrested.
All right, guys, I only have a few minutes. So during that few minutes, I really want to share this video with you. I'm going to speed it up. I'm going to mute it. It's going to be my voice describing what y'all see and asking for your opinion. It's going to take about 3 minutes, if that. And then I'll go back and let Elaine talk until I sign off. So I'm probably not going to come back and say anything once I put Elaine back on. Let's see, share, Chrome, audio. This video shows a lot, and it's worth it, guys. By the way, you'll see the closed captioning is on as well. You're going to see her show you the palette that she used. She actually has a 6 color palette. What in the hell is she in there talking to? I'm waiting on it to catch up. She shows the Melania palette. I'm waiting on this. Oh, shit. Y'all, I hate this stuff. Okay. Hold on. Damn, who's at my front door? Who's here?
That's Jeremiah.
I have to go back in here. I thought somebody was here and ain't got time to talk. You know I gotta get dressed on the way. Do it dumb shit. Oh, okay. Sorry, y'all. People wonder why I run late. Deal with dumb shit. I will if I can ever get there. Why is it not showing now? Y'all. Okay. As soon as it comes up. Okay, you'll see this has closed captioning. So, the op-ed came out after the divorce. Yes. Okay. What in the hell's bells? Are you kidding me? Woosah. So you'll see that this is a color palette with 6 colors. The one that Amber showed was 4. You'll see the Melania compact will flash up here in just a moment. On the right hand side. That's the one she claimed to use. Now, I just want you can read the closed captioning, watch the steps that she goes through. You see that it is an actual real black eye. Yeah, I know y'all are seeing the video now, Cherokee. Trust me, it took forever. There's a delay. Like a 2.5 minute delay in between changeover. I want y'all to see this and pay close attention. To me, it's important. I think really important. And I want you guys' opinion. Let me see if I can't speed this up just a little bit. Are you kidding me? YouTube is doing too much. I'm trying to tell y'all. You just have no clue. I'm 2 minutes late now walking out my door, but I'm not ready. Oh, any comments or thoughts would be greatly appreciated from you guys. By the way, for the mods, the name of this channel is Rachel, Rachael, space ANN. I'm not gonna be late. I'm not right now. I'm literally fixing my hair and my face to go out the door while we watch this together. I just want y'all's thoughts on the video. I do color wheel first, then started applying concealer because of what Amber told us that she does and the way that she does it. And you can still see quite, that bruise wasn't that bad. And she's not finished, obviously. But at this point, it's still not hidden. Nowhere as good as what Amber's was hidden with all those bright lights. But it does look better. I want to know what y'all thought or think. I've not seen anybody make any comments about it, which just makes me keep wondering, is anybody besides me seeing it? Headband City. If y'all want to go ahead and get in the car, I'll be right out. You hear me? Of course not, because we're acting like we can't, so we can do everything in the world while I'm running late to make me even later. Welcome. You hear me? What? If you want to go ahead and get in the car, I'll be right out. Up to you. So I know you got to put him in. All I got to do is brush my hair. I still got to stop at the store. Oh! It hurt. I just, right, Muffin Top, I just want to know y'all's thoughts. First of all, the way the lady did it's the opposite of the way Amber told us that she did it. That's one. Two, do y'all think it's good enough that in all the bright lights in the middle of the theater, movies, whatever, that she would have been able to cover it? Would that have worked?
But the police said there's no evidence here. And went away and they said, darn, and so they spilled wine and they,
I'm probably not going to sign off, you guys. I'll just end the live stream and head out the door here in just a minute.
That's what this says. Now we all know that's false. And it's heinous false.
I'm literally brushing my hair and putting my headband in and leaving. I just want to know y'all's thoughts. And those of you that said you emailed me that I hadn't received it, if you'll resend the email, I will respond as soon as I get them. I know I seen one from Scuba Diva and Miss Stacy that I haven't been able to reply to yet, but that's the only ones I've got. You're welcome. Much love to you and each and every one. And if you guys will, if Miss Dorothy can post the GoFundMe on the Facebooks for me, I'll get the YouTube and the Instagram covered. And if you guys will just share out the link, just reshare, I would greatly appreciate it. That's the most I can ask of anybody to do, is just to help me get this information out there and see if we can get some help. We all know that sometimes when you're a survivor, that the least little thing, good Lord, if I could get the snot out, the least little thing that helps us with our self-esteem when we're going through dealing with the abuse and everything else that we have suffered is a great help. Just knowing that people care is a great help, you know.
He gets his bodyguards to let him into Penthouse 5. That's where Josh and Elizabeth are.
I only get a 30-minute lunch and one 15-minute break today, you guys. So I will try to respond to any comments and questions and emails during my lunchtime. It'll be around 7 p.m. Eastern time. Just so y'all know, I don't want anybody to feel like I'm ignoring them or anything like that.
Now, the next part of this is the police.
I don't have the ability to use my phone while I'm working. It's only when I'm off the clock. So I do apologize, but that's how it works on this job.
So he calls a friend in LA and says, please call 911. We got to get somebody there fast. So she calls 911. So we have 2 calls, and you'll see the call summary.
All right, you guys, I'm about to walk out my door. Oh my God! It's terrible to have a big ass that knocks everything over. Not fat, just big and sticks out. Drives me bananas. All these people that say they ain't got no ass, I got some for you.
The police officers admitted that those pictures.
Forget a BBL. I got a natural.
His first week on the job, Officer Simons was three years on the job at that point. They say, they told Josh that if she will press charges, if she'll give a name, we can file a report and make an arrest. She wouldn't do it. You did hear from Detective Sanzanaga. That's the domestic violence.
Okay, that's not me, y'all. That's how the coverage has been all day. I checked Emily D. Baker's page, and she's having the same YouTube problems. Okay. Alright, guys. Regardless of YouTube acting up, I hope y'all can hear me. And I'm going to sign off saying peace, love, and light, and I'll see y'all when I get home tonight.